Hello my friends, it's Gabriel with the Last Huntsman channel here, and today I'm going to show you guys on how I'm going to just make a baton here. Found a decent piece of hardwood. I'm going to start off, find me about, I don't know, roughly about a 3/4 of an arm's length straight piece here, and I'm just going to saw that off. I'm going to use this piece to make my baton. Alright, so I have my piece, but I'm going to want a decent handle, and this is pretty large. So I'm going to use my saw here. I'm just going to kind of saw around it. Not all the way through. Kind of like that. I'm going to go ahead and do the same on this end too. I'm going to kind of leave like a little pommel almost for it. Alright, so now that I got this kind of sawed around, this is going to be kind of my handle piece. I'm going to start using a knife. I'm just going to start trying to shave away at pieces of this wood here. And as you can see, the place that I kind of sawed around is going to kind of keep me roughly confined to this area. And I'm just going to kind of work my way around here. And some of this might be a little hard. This is the hardwood that I'm using. So I can also kind of chop it away if I have to. Now obviously you can work on this as long as you want and just kind of hone it down a little more and a little more as you need to kind of really get it to fit your hand. And you just, kind of the trick about it is work around in a circle so you're not like taking too much off of one side or the other. So as you can see, I got the handle pretty well rounded now. And, you know, like I said, the secret is just to kind of work your way around with your knife. I did use a couple different knives. One knife I used was the Acta non-Verba P500. This is kind of new to me. I've never tried a tracker. So while kind of doing some of the little finer parts, especially towards the edges, I ended up using the White River Knives FC4 as well. So just use what works for you. Now, the next little thing I'm going to do is I'm going to debark this whole thing. And the reason for that is it's going to help it preserve a little bit longer. Now, this doesn't really have to be perfect or anything like that. But that bark on there is going to have the wood start rotting prematurely. Now, you might be asking, why are you making a baton versus just use whatever random stick you can? Well, you can always do that, and I've done that a lot. However, if you come to the same campsite on a regular basis and you are using a baton quite a bit, it is kind of nice to actually just make one, to have something that actually is a little more comfortable to use and even find the right piece of wood that'll actually last quite a bit. All right, so now that we have our baton made, we can't just make a baton and not test it out, right? So I'm gonna just try this out a little bit here. Well, my friends, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to try to make this a pretty quick little video, but that is kind of the short and skinny on how I make a bushcraft baton. Now, I'm sure there's 1,000 different ways that you can do this, but that's just kind of how I like to do it. So, most importantly, get out in the woods, have fun, be prepared both physically and spiritually. God bless, and carry on.